You know what really gets me, man? You see people like driving an off-road SUV like a Jeep, and then you're like, why are they all over the road? And it turns out that they're like swerving to avoid potholes. Isn't that thing invented to like drive through the Sahara Desert or something like over rocky terrain and like battlefields that have been obliterated by artillery shells and stuff like that? Like, why are you swerving out of the way of a pothole, man? I don't get it. Doesn't make... I mean, I guess you don't want to incur unnecessary wear and tear, but I'm just saying, as a fella that occasionally uses the bike lane, I would rather you didn't swerve half of a car width to the right every time there was like a little quarter-inch divot in the cement, okay? It's a little spooky for a fella like me. Anyway, let's do the challenge that we should have beaten yesterday. Baited Chibli yesterday, you'd be so proud. Please tell me that you baited him in the domain that I think you baited him in, which is you baited him into talking about Nintendo Switch games being $80 instead of $70. Chib is pretty unflappable, but the Nintendo Switch stuff is it's got him rattled. I don't think it's that the games are more expensive. I think it's that someone in his chat said, "Thank God the games are more expensive," and I think that he's been flipping out about like that one comment for like 3 days. I can relate, man. I've been there many times. I mean, I can definitely understand because like people keep like asking me to care about it, and then they get mad like when I don't really care about it, because like I would rather that the games were cheaper, but also like my number one principle about the price of video games is I don't want to spend my one life on planet Earth arguing about like a $10 difference in the price of toys. If you care about it, that's fine, but just leave me out of it, man. It's not my domain, okay? You said games are too cheap in dance chat. I did not say they were too cheap. You got me twisted. I said they were underpriced. Before you say that's on based, I also said possibly the most based thing of all time, which was most games, actually I think I said 95% plus of games aren't worth $5 to begin with, so what do I care if they charge $10,000? I'm not playing that trash anyway. To which I then said, to be honest, no disrespect, but the average game that comes out, you would have to pay me to play it, and they do. So I was kind of high on my own supply, I'm not going to disagree. Everybody wants to argue about the price of games. Nobody wants to argue about the fact that, especially in AAA, like 98% of them are not worth playing for like more than an hour and a half. Like once you get through the vertical slice and you're like, that's really all it's going to be for the rest of the game. Like I'm just going through the motions, like achievement hunting. Yeah, there's counter examples, buddy, okay? But like if we lived in a just world, Forspoken would be like $2.50 MSRP, and Balatro would have been like $500, and that would have been justice. But instead, as a gamer, you have to exercise your own discretion in order to take advantage of your asymmetric upside risk. AKA, in less ambiguous terminology, I'm telling you to stop caring about the price of trash. But it's up to you. I also want to say it's up to you. What should Nubby's price be? I think it was $7. This should probably be I'm gonna say $109.99. I don't even want to talk about how much Slay the Spire would cost, because I don't think people are ready for that conversation. A fair price for Slay the Spire is probably like, I'm gonna say $2,400. If we're indexing it to like what the average game costs versus what I would describe as the value of the average game, Slay the Spire should probably cost as much as like a Toyota Camry or something. I'm glad it doesn't. Like, that's the thing. I think it's very gamer friendly that they said, hey, we're going to release this amazing game and it's going to be like $19.99 or something like that. -2, it's mid compared to Balatro. You're actually just like, you're just pissing me off. Go away. You're not pissing me off because Balatro is worse than Slay the Spire. That's a matter of opinion. I would say both opinions are within the spectrum of sanity. You're pissing me off because, like, you can just have both of them. You can have both. Also, Slay the Spire was holding the shit down for, oh shit, like 5 years before Balatro even came out, man. It's not the OG, but you got to put some respect on it for keeping his seat warm. Also, I'm going to -2 it, and Local Thunk, don't listen. Balatro's an amazing game. Easily last year's game of the year for me, and it wasn't even close. But I think Slay the Spire clears it, and it's not an insult to Balatro. I just think Slay the Spire genuinely is a candidate for the best game ever made. It's not an insult. Balatron's an easy 10. But I think Slay the Spire might just be like one of the few 11s that's ever existed. Pregnancy test. What are the Isaacs worth? Well, the Isaacs are like the S&P 500 right now. It's like you gotta ask me like day to day. It's very volatile. It's not at its all-time high, let me put it that way. Do not buy this dip. That's financial advice, VIP Daniel. We're not allowed to give financial advice. You know what's pissing me off is every time I go to Google Finance, which is like 7 times a day lately, the S&P 500 looks like a plane in free fall. Then it has like all the other graphs next to it, and the Bitcoin graph is like this. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? It's supposed to be flipped. The S&P 500 is supposed to be like chill, and then the Bitcoin graph is supposed to look like, you know, your heart rate on a roller coaster or something like that. I'm not gonna say that's what's really pissing me off about this whole thing, because like there's a lot more that like actually matters, but it's just, you know, one more thing. I don't think it's good when even in the short term, a cryptocurrency is more stable than like an index of the 500 biggest companies in the United States. No, not Dream S&P 500. I don't know. That's probably at like all-time highs, right? Dream S&P 500 has crashed hard. Are you saying this is like a generational buying opportunity? Jack Black stocks though? I don't know. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it because my daughter wants to see it. She's very excited about it. She was asking me whether we were gonna go on Saturday or Sunday. I told her, but I can't tell you because I don't want you to meet me at the theater and make fun of me for going to see the Minecraft movie. I did see a comment online that was like, I know literally nobody who's going to see the Minecraft movie, and it reminded me of myself. Like 6-7 years ago. Like, it's so easy to accidentally find yourself inside of a bubble and not realize that you're in the bubble. Like, if your entire social circle is people from the age of like 25 to 35 with no kids, I bet you're like, man, the Minecraft movie is gonna, like, it's a catastrophic bomb. Nobody's interested in seeing it at all. But if you're like, if you got friends with kids, I'm not saying it's gonna make $1 billion, because I think that it doesn't have the same sort of cachet as the Mario movie, but people are talking a little bit. Hope no one my age is going alone. Well, let's be honest. If... Alone, I think it's one of those things where it's like, if you don't have a kid and you want to see the Minecraft movie, you're probably going to see it alone. Because it's unlikely you would find a like-minded individual in your demographic, because I don't think that many of them exist. Or I don't know, maybe there's people out there that are really excited for it. And they're not all like 4 years old, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with seeing a film alone. Yeah, but where's the film? We're talking about the Minecraft movie. I mean, I saw District 9 in theaters by myself. I saw Bruno in theaters by myself. But, like, probably wouldn't catch me going to see the Minecraft movie by myself. He's so judgmental. Yes, a little bit at least. But aren't you being judgmental by saying I'm judgmental? Really makes you think. No, movies, I don't think you can apply my ridiculous video game pricing to movies. I think movies are... Here's all I'm gonna say, okay? I don't wanna make too many enemies. Wait, our run's over? People have been complaining about the price of movies since I was about 9 years old. At least they've probably been complaining about it since like the first film was ever made. And if you go back to like when I was 9 years old in 1997, a movie ticket was like 3 cents and a promise, right? So like, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say like, now it's different. No, that back then people were wrong to complain about it, but now they're like too expensive. But I find it kind of disingenuous, because I think going to the movies is expensive, but the price of seeing a movie is not prohibitively expensive if you only go to see good movies. Now, what's the distinction? It's the same as when you guys try to tell me that McDonald's is expensive, even though it's like the cheapest restaurant on earth right now. I'm looking at it from the perspective, if I go and I get a McDouble, that's like $2.99. And then not you say, oh, I get a Big Mac, 6-piece chicken McNuggets, a small strawberry milkshake, and 2 apple pies, and it comes to like $17.99. And I'm like, that's too much food, man. You're paying a fair price for an unfair meal. And then people always go, oh, going to the movies is so expensive. And then you're like, well, a movie ticket's like $11.99. And they're like, yeah, but you can't just go see a movie. You got to get the popcorn and the candy and the soda. But that's not a movie. That's food, man. You're conflating the food price and the movie price. The movie price seems fairly reasonable to me. The concession prices are out of control. Now, I still pay it because, you're not going to go see a movie without having some popcorn. But still, it's not a package deal. It's an optional upsell. That's not a straw man. And it's not a modern, well, I guess it is a modern Bailey fallacy, but it's not a straw man. Because people actually say that. Ask anybody like why they think the movies are too expensive. It's like 3 seconds before they say some shit about popcorn. Bro, Celine's song didn't have shit to do with the creation of the popcorn. Leave my queen alone. Let's see you raw dog the Minecraft movie. I'm not gonna raw dog the Minecraft movie. I'm gonna buy popcorn because I think the movie's gonna be bad. But I'm also not gonna complain about the price of the popcorn because I know the price going in. It's not like they bait and switched me. Yeah, that's just listen. It's the folly of a boomer my age to always blame the consumer when things are expensive and say some ridiculous shit like, oh yeah, but you drink like a cup of coffee you ate lunch. You went out for lunch 3 weeks ago and yet you're gonna complain about you could just be eating canned tuna instead and then buy Mario Kart. That being said, when people are like going to the movies is too expensive and then you find out they got like 8 kids and I'm like, yeah, no way, it costs you $300 just to leave the house, man. That's why you don't have 8 kids, bozo. You fucked up. That's not Celine Song's fault. That's not like Regal Cinema's fault that you had 8 kids. You did that to yourself, buddy. Or maybe like you got insanely unlucky. Like a 1 in a trillion chance or something, but Octomom's seething right now. What's up, Boner King? Not that much. Just chilling mostly. Hard ride on the bike today. It was VO2 max day, much to my chagrin. Hey, tomorrow I think I'm going to do a long ride. Is it an insane idea to say that I'm going to watch the 141-minute long director's cut of The Lawnmower Man? I'm going to tell you my history with The Lawnmower Man. I've never seen it. The first movie came out when I was like 4. And I would always like go to the video store with my parents and they would be playing like the trailer for The Lawnmower Man on the TV for like years straight. You know, the camera's like above the guy. I'm assuming he's the Lawnmower Man and it's got like that 1992 ass virtual reality and he's going like, that it's like imprinted on my mind. Like the movie, despite having never seen it, has power over me because of how much about it entered my brain when I had a ton of neuroplasticity. So I think I have to see it. And the only one on Prime Video is the director's cut. So I'll admit, like, 141 minutes for The Lawnmower Man seems a little crazy, but I think I gotta give it a chance. 1 hour 41 minutes is pretty good. That's not 141 minutes, metric bozo. 141 minutes is 2 hours and 21 minutes. Or am I falling prey to bait? Am I falling prey to, I have a 100-word essay due tomorrow. And I still haven't started. I don't think it's bait, but I do think it's one of those things where you could make a mistake and then claim that it's bait to save some face, which I can respect. I've done that move myself. It's crazy that people like can't motivate themselves to write 100 words about a streetcar named Desire, but they can write like 10,000 about a $10 price increase for Mario Kart 9. Anyway, whatever. I'll be here all week. Will you buy the upgrade pack? I don't know shit about it. Like, I'll be honest with you. Basically, if I ever want to play a game and then I go to play it and it's like you gotta pay like $20 more to play this, I'm probably gonna put my credit card number in. You don't have to, and that's fine. But if I'm already pot committed, yeah, I'll keep drinking that garbage. But the thing is, there's no shot you're gonna catch me paying $60 for God of War Ragnarok. You won't catch me paying $0 for God of War Ragnarok. That's just not gonna happen. 2018 was better anyway. Getting old is so funny. You know that there's a consensus among young people online that like the summer of 2016 was like the last time that the world was good. What am I doing? Why am I bouncing and moaning on it? That's an insane take, man. It's true? No, it fucking wasn't, man. There was a lot of horrible shit that happened in 2016 if you were like an adult. Harambe, right? No, motherfucker, real shit. Not fake shit. I don't work at the Cincinnati Zoo. I'm not concerned about it. I wish that the monkey was still alive, but like that doesn't really have a personal impact on me. Hey, hang on, my wife's talking to me. So whoa, okay. Oh, I saw. Nintendo delayed pre-order date for Switch 2 due to tariffs, but Canadians didn't get interrupted. Me when I get to consume, but unironically. Fuck my Chungus life. Well, you should have thought of that before, statistically speaking. You probably didn't vote for him if you're in my chat. You ever think about that shit? I know you're probably like, I tried my best, and I'm like, I know, but I gotta say fuck somebody, okay? So you can catch me cruising in Mario Kart 9 for, I don't know, maybe like 17% cheaper than it's gonna cost. Well, no, it changes day to day, so maybe if they start manufacturing that shit in like, I'm trying to think of one of the islands that got tariffed. Maybe they'll move the fucking Nintendo Switch factory to like the Falkland Islands or something. Who knows, man? Is penguins on the Falkland Islands? I thought it turns. I don't know shit about the Falkland Islands, man. I know one thing about the Falkland Islands. They're from Argentina? Well, that's complicated, I think. I'm not really the type of fella to get involved in that. I think Anthony Fantano said something about that. He got in a little bit of trouble, so I'm choosing not to.
I guess the concept behind this record also shifted at one point as Waters was kind of inspired by the recent Falklands War that had spurred up due to England invading Argentina.
Embarrass myself, to be honest, by displaying my own ignorance. Always reminds me of something my friend said in 9th grade English class once that stuck with me. My mother said it is always better to appear. I'm not calling him a fool, by the way. I'm just sharing an anecdote from my own life about why I try to keep my mouth shut about things that I personally don't understand. My mother said 'tis better to appear a fool than to open one's mouth and remove all doubt. I think about that whenever someone asks me about something that's like way above my pay grade. It's better to just say, I'm not sure about that, I'm kind of stupid, instead of me being like, here's my nuanced take on it that I'm echoing from what I read online, and then they go, you don't know shit. Which happens a lot. Like today, dude, I was talking in the Peloton Discord, because I filled up my water bottle all the way to the top. I love not being afraid to ask stupid questions. I filled my water bottle all the way to the top, but I still had to put 2 scoops of maltodextrin in it. And I was like, there's no shot that the malto is gonna fit in this, because like it's already full of water. So I went to the Peloton Discord and I typed, when something becomes dissolved in water, does it proportionally increase the volume of water? And then Ninten Tim, PhD in like physical chemistry, was like, actually it doesn't. The things that get dissolved in water fit between the empty spaces of the water molecules. So there's actually space in the water that keeps it from overflowing. So I put 2 scoops of maltodextrin straight to the face. It tanked it, dude, and it didn't overflow. Did it mix well? There was like, I took 1 sip about halfway through the ride that had a little clump of malto in it, which I'm sure more than anything else was just like insanely bad for my teeth, but otherwise it was pretty good. Are you drinking sugar water? Because it makes the intervals feel easier. There's science to back it up, but I don't know. Okay, well, I'll restart. And it makes the water fucking taste so good, even though it tastes exactly the same. Your body sends you a signal that is like, this is the best water I've ever had in my life. Does it dissolve immediately? Man, people, all of a sudden, everybody who poo-pooed the maltodextrin in the water, everybody's asking a bunch of questions about, you all seem very interested in the maltodextrin now. You just keep bringing it up? Well, because it's not every day, bro, but it's like every second day, bro. What's this challenge? You can't regenerate your lives. So anytime you lose a life, it's gone forever. Just like real life. Oh, what? So Buddhism doesn't exist in your worldview? Okay, a little problematic. Okay, Victoria Ratliff. I said it, I don't know who that is. I could get in trouble for that. I'm already facing a lot of scorn for my Angela Merkel is GRU-coded take from yesterday. I've already taken some heat for suggesting that if you had a side-by-side photo of Theresa May and Angela Merkel, it would look a lot like the 2 robots from Portal 2. Not look a lot like, but the vibe would be similar to the 2 robots from Portal 2. Okay? Every day, same shit, ain't nothing good in the hood. I'd run away from this bitch and never come back if I could, man. What is, I think maybe I've asked this question 150 times over the years. What does 50 Cent mean in Hate It or Love It when he says, growing up I was confused, my mommy kissing the girl? Like, I think it's a good song, but I'm kind of confused about the opening lyric. He's confused that his mom is bisexual? Yeah, but I don't see like how that's related to like, because the rest of the song is about his struggles, like growing up and becoming famous. So like, I'm not quite sure like what his mom's sexuality has to do with that. But I guess I didn't grow up in that environment, so like I don't know, man. Confusion's a curse growing up in a cold world? That's damn true. Daddy ain't around, probably out committing felonies. My favorite rappers used to say, check out my melodies. Such a good song. It made the Peloton playlist, people, it did. It's the only 50 Cent and the Game song on the Peloton playlist. Though I have respect for In the Club. I think I OD'd on it in like the 9th grade because it was literally everywhere. Like it took the world by storm. The Game really fell off. Yeah, you just lost the Game, by the way, in case you're curious. It is, I've said it many times before, but it's so funny to me that like in Hate It or Love It, the Game says, I'm rap's MVP and I ain't going nowhere so you can get to know me. And then that's the last I ever heard of him. Fuck you. Is the Game in chat? I know like 2 things about the Game. I know that you just lost it. And I know, didn't he Photoshop himself into like a bunch of pictures with the guy who died to be like, rip to this guy, we were like best friends or whatever, but actually the photos were all Photoshopped? Not again? Oh, sorry, I forgot that I told you lost the Game. Oh, man. I told Justin that he lost the Game. Sorry, that one was by accident, by the way. I told him that he lost the Game. And then, here's how stupid I am on the subject of what we've been discussing. He said, hey Ryan, have you ever heard of this? And he linked me to Lost, the board game. And I said, oh no, I haven't. Have you ever played it? I love weird board games like that. And then he said, no, I was just trying to make you lose the game. You're now manually breathing? That's every day for a fella like me. I don't even sweat that type of shit these days. You are now manually vaping? Can I say something that's gonna alienate my target audience? But like, if there's any like 18-year-olds watching, they're probably gonna be like, wow, this old guy's all right. When I see a young person vaping, I harbor no disdain in my heart or my spirit for them. But when I see someone my age vaping in public, what they do in their own home, I don't really care. I'm not saying I can't help it, because I probably could help it with a little bit of discipline, but I do judge them. Especially if they're with their kids, which seems to happen, well, because everywhere I go is a place where, like, I'm bringing my kids, so there's usually other families there too. Expand on that? Well, I don't know, I think it's just kind of crazy when I see, like, a man my age with a family, and when his family walks, like, 10 steps in front of him, he puts his hand up to his mouth and goes like... But I don't really know what it's all about. So I guess like it's kind of human to like judge that which you don't understand. Still better than regular smokes? Yeah, but we killed those. Like, sorry Gen Z, sorry Gen X, sorry Boomers. Millennials killed those. So like I throw out your counterfactual. I don't think that's a fair question. Millennials stay winning? Yes, sir. Pokemon went to the polls. I took the advice so seriously, I think I voted maybe like a dozen times. 8 votes for Hillary and 4 votes for Trump. Because I didn't want to go all in, because what if I was wrong, man? I thought I would just, you know, put my finger on the scale a little bit. Yeah, it's called hedging your bets, exactly. Is your name really Lisa Ann Al-Gaib? That's a fucking name, man. Lisa Ann Al-Gaib. Oh, man. Why is that funny? I don't know. Lord, I don't know what to do. All I do is sit and cry. Oh, Lord. That last gone day, she said goodbye. There's nobody sugar daddy now. She do you, she do me. I don't know shit about Hank Williams. That's Mason Ramsey's song, as far as I'm concerned. Oh man, maybe you guys were right. Maybe 2018 was sick. I know. I forgot what he does with his neck, man. Oh man, with his neck like dips into his chest and then pops out when he yodels. Sugar daddy now. Oh man. Yeah, it's crazy. He's in Walmart, man. He's in, like, he's right in front of a sign that says spill cleanup station with a pressed and starched white shirt tucked into like child's small jeans with cowboy boots on and the biggest fucking belt I've ever seen, yodeling next to the spill cleanup station in Walmart with a bow tie on. That's crazy. This is AI, man. The way his head and neck and shoulders are not moving like a human being's head and neck move, okay? Right in here. Like the next line. That's not real, man. That's the AI glitched out. Something wasn't right about that. Am I right? Wait. That's not right, man. Something's not right about that. He's just shrugging? No, man. Something. Stop. I don't want to get content ID matched. I think he's real. I think he was just moving in ways I've never seen before. Look, top comment. Let's be honest. Times were better when this was popular. That's a correlation, causation, confusion. I honestly don't think that Mason Ramsey had anything to do with that. Appeal to nostalgia. Me distracting the Area 51 guards so the homies can sneak in. This song hits different during quarantine. Yes, man. So true. Let's go Area 51. If we Naruto run, we can dodge all of their bullets. And someday she said goodbye. I can't read that username. She's nobody sugar daddy now. She do me, she do you. You got the kind of love. Are you backing in the indie rock twerk off? Modest Mouse or Built to Spill? It's Built to Spill by a mile. I'm a Modest Mouse fan, don't get me wrong, but it's got to be Built to Spill for me. People don't want this take, but the older Modest Mouse gets, the closer on stage they look to that famous Portland show. Where they got all the dudes with the trumpets and then they busted down, you know, hum. You know the one I'm talking about? Please don't remind me. You don't know that one? You gotta see it. You gotta see it, okay? When Librarian will put context on that and you'll be like, okay, I get it. / marker. Knock on the Coffin Lid. Wake up, honey. We are playing Knock on the Coffin Lid today. Something that has been requested of me many times since the game came out a couple of years ago. We're playing it today because we've been sponsored by Red Boon to play it in honor of the DLC coming out today. The DLC is called Nightmares of Millennials. It is a roguelite deck builder. It continues the story of the main game, which I'll admit that I know nothing about, but it offers new challenges and mechanics. And it's got deep lore and complex narrative. It's got heavy amounts of replayability. It sounds like the type of thing that a fella like me could really get into. No, not Knack. Not Knack on the Coffin Lid. That's different. Isn't he in prison? I'm talking about like cards around the La Casa. Exclamation point DLC, by the way. You can check it out for yourself by typing exclamation point DLC. Scrolling down on YouTube below the video player and clicking on the link in the video description. Or scrolling down below the Twitch player and there will be a JPEG that is the logo for the game that you can click on to check it out for yourself. It came out today. It is, the DLC is $10 USD, I believe. It's hard to tell because Forex is volatile right now. And I think it was $13.99 Canadian with the 10% off sale. So to Americanize it for my audience, I'm pretty sure that comes out to like maybe $9 to $10 US. Can I get a fact check on that? Don't lie, it's not $1 trillion. It's not Mario Kart 9, people, okay? Let's be serious people here. This is a tutorial that will introduce you to the game. I would like to play with hints, yes. I would like you to teach me something about the game. This is a regular battle. This is a camp. I have a regular battle. I have a camp. Regular battle camp. I have a regular battle. I have a pine camp. Pine camp regular battle. Camp battle. Pine camp battle. I can't finish it. Like it requires too much processing power. But you guys aren't messing with pen pineapple apple pen anymore. That and what does the fox say? Summer of like 2013. Oh man, take me back. Each card has an energy cost in units of energy. This is your energy. It replenishes at the start of every turn. There are different card types. These are attacks. They differ in that they deal damage to your enemy. Play all attacks from your hand. To do this, drag a card from your hand to the enemy. Okay, I can do that. But first, I want to puzzle this out. What's your... You probably heal 15 per turn, if I had to guess. You have 3 evasion. I would rather attack the one that does not have evasion. So I'm going to smack you. I'm going to smack you. I'm going to smack you. And I'm going to smack you. It's that simple. You've run out of energy. You forced me to, man. I would have loved to have played a guard here, but you didn't give me the opportunity. Hit a snail for 22 damage. You are accused of demon worshipping. Don't tell me who to worship. Okay, sorry, I gotta close my Google chat. That's like my push notification that the stock market is in free fall. Is when the Google chat starts popping off mid-workday on a Friday. Hang on, okay, there you go. Let me close that up, sorry. A little late? Well, they're on ET, so cut them some slack, okay? The tutorial is over. The final battle awaits. On the second day, we met with those for whom we came. The demons. It was easy and pleasant to kill the servants. They are not our equals. We prepared all our lives for a battle with their masters. However, there were too many demons. They pressed on without a break, and we fought without rest. I took down a few demons, but their place was taken by creatures larger and stronger. When first cries for help were heard, I felt that we would not win that fight. You know what I think about from time to time? Like, imagine fighting in a medieval battle. Like, you're in the Battle of Poitiers in the 100 Years' War or something like that. You don't know, like, exactly when it's going to go down. But, like, you wake up one morning with, like, an upset stomach, like diarrhea. And you're, like, feeling sick. And then you see, like, the yew longbows start to let the arrows loose onto the battlefield. You gotta be like, come on, man, not today. Not today. On diarrhea day, on my once monthly diarrhea day, the Battle of Poitiers just broke out. Come on, man. Like, what are the odds? That's gotta stink, dude. Or like you had like a bad sleep or something like that. You woke up and you're like, oh, how are you doing today, guys? I had a bad sleep. Thum, thum, thum. Oh, not today, man. Or imagine you were like just about to go to bed and the battle broke out and it lasted for like 3 full days. I don't think honestly, they're heroes or whatever. Okay, let me take a peek at this. Yeah, I don't think I can stop like 210 damage from coming in. I can make my guards more powerful. Guards? I bet telling your guards to see someone felt so good if you were like the king of a beleaguered kingdom or something like that back in the day. Anyway, that's a scripted loss, man. Forgive us, Mortis, we let you down. Nah, it's fine. I know you've done everything you could and that's enough. Calm down and hold on for a bit. Help will come soon. Oh, snap. Kojima. Just chilling? That's just needless, man. My reaction when ruin has come to our family. That is seriously true, though. My reaction when trinkets and baubles paid for in blood. Isn't it the same as when you yell out mods? Yeah, but the mods are free thinkers. They don't have to listen to me. And in fact, usually they don't. Which is good. Because I think it's good. I like that in the streamer ecosystem, there's checks and balances, man. If anything, can I tell you something? You should be pleased that the mods are an independent but cooperative branch of the stream ecosystem. And the reason is the mods are like, they want to ban everybody for even like mild annoyances. And I oftentimes end up being the one that lets more slack on the reel. I'm like, if they did something that was like a 2 out of 5 bad, but the unban request is funny, I will often unban them. And then we have inter-mod bickering between them and myself. But it's those two independent free-moving pieces that like buffers the direction that the stream environment could go. Like it's good. It never gets too far this way. They pull me back, and it never goes too far the other way. I pull them back. I'm gonna play on hardcore because I've played a decent amount of these games. Now, I'm not saying I'm good, but I'm gonna play on hardcore. Not terrible, but hardcore. And then I'm gonna knock on the Coffin Lid, man. When you wake up from being dead and you have a headache, haven't had a cup of coffee in 1,500 years.
What are you interested in the most right now?
Where are we?
Somewhere between the elven...
Get me a coffee. Guards, get me a coffee.
Ingvar's dead?
Get me a goblet.
The wine you brought on the trip was poison. Ingvar, Venadis, Bjorn.
Sorry, I know it is quiet.
Go on and tell me, why should I believe you?
It's easy to see I'm telling the truth because their coffins are next to yours. You all died. I've brought you back to life. You're welcome.
Where's my hug?
Wine. Was it you?
Me?
I poisoned yours
Why would I kill you?
as well.
Who are you anyway? And what do you want from me?
You may call me Mortis. You don't owe me anything. Just go home.
Not so fast.
You just moved your neck like Mason Ramsey? It's not possible for me to do.
Time has passed. And if Ingvar's
It's like that. He moves it like when a worm is moving like in the garden, man.
surprise you? Why did you bring me back?
Like he brings his shoulders up and then pushes his neck out. You do you, she do me.
Figure things out on my
Got the kind of love.
so sure I want to meet you again.
Maybe he is expanding his diaphragm. Let's be honest, I don't know anything about singing.
Safe journeys.
My head. Damn it. What the hell is going on here?
When you wake up and you remember Tuesday exists.
You come back here. I could have told you from the start, but I wanted it to be a surprise.
Well, I suppose it's better than eternal oblivion. Go on. Are there any more surprises?
You've moved back, not in space, but in time. Everything that happened after your resurrection hasn't happened yet.
Come again?
So what now? Should I start over? You promised to answer my questions.
All right, one thing at a time. Tell me everything you remember.
I remember when I lost my mind. And the thing that'll really bake your noodle is there was something so special about that place.
So I set out.
Even my emotions, I think, were an echo in so much space. In the name of love, like Robert says. That must be a reference to something. I don't know what it is, though. Did you see Justin on Big Howell Dottie's stream when they watched the show that I'd never seen before in my life? It was Howie Mandel's flash mob show where a woman was trying to break the news to her coworker that she had a crush on him.
Where are you?
Hi, Carrie. It's Ellie. I'm up here.
Oh my god.
Right here.
I did the thing where they called you an idiot and a liar.
I was part of this.
I've got a feeling, and I just can't keep it inside any longer.
Oh god.
Wow.
Oh, this lady from work. I recognize you now.
Sort of like getting kidnapped in a way, sort of, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, this should.
this feels sort of like getting kidnapped.
you?
I'm like in shock right now, but yes, this is a lot of fun.
Well, this is all for you.
I see that.
Oh god.
What the hell is going on?
I did this for you. I did this for you.
And we have become.
This is all for you,
Did
Damien.
you say 1 year?
I think that we're a great teaching team.
They've been teaching.
Yeah,
for
I
1
think
year?
I think he started teaching a year ago.
And I brought you here tonight to tell you that I've started to develop feelings for you.
Oh my
Started.
god.
So
My
You gotta commit to the
honest
romance.
Feeling is I don't know. Right now, I have feelings for you as a friend, and that's the honest feeling, and I don't want to mislead you in any other way. You're a very special person in my life. I don't know how far I see this friendship going into anything further.
You cannot platonically come on my cruise.
To anything further.
And if I'm not the right guy for you, there's going to be somebody out there that
Well,
will be very lucky one day. to,
maybe he'll also get a flash
Yeah.
mob.
Unfortunately, this show will not be around at that time.
Yeah, well,
I really thought that
Oh god.
it was more likely to be a yes.
Really? Wait, you thought it would be more likely to be a yes?
Obviously, I knew that I was
You?
risk.
Really?
I did really good on the. I did the point really good. I did
I
the
didn't
point
do all this
perfect.
to get a no.
It didn't go the way that I wanted.
Howie should be executed. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think maybe. I think they should. I think
that's fair.
everyone involved in this show should probably be
Yeah.
condemned to death. Yes.
And the way that she did it was by doing a flash mob where a bunch of people sang ooga chukka, hooked on a feeling. And then he was like, his eyes were popping out of his head, and then he had to tell her that he just sees her as a friend. Pretty high quality entertainment. Every time I think that like the world has not changed that much since like 2009, watching a 2009 television show really disabuses you of that notion. And they're co-workers, man, that's rough. I was at Howie's White Elephant game show that failed and people started fighting at the end of the show. I think like, so I watched the Howie Mandel like half cartoon show when I was 5 to 8 years old, and I was kind of into it. But everything that Howie Mandel has done since then, I'm not messing with. Except for that one time, didn't he post a picture of someone's undercarriage on Instagram? And then he was like, like it wasn't his, it was just like a random person's blank and balls. And then he had to be like, sorry, I thought that was in a DM to somebody. I was trying to make them laugh or something. It was a prolapse. That's right. Like, it wasn't like he was trying to send, like, a nude photo to somebody and click the wrong box. Like, he was trying to send something funny to his friend and accidentally blasted, like, a bunch of people who have been watching The X Factor for 10 years. That's pretty good. Sorry. Thank you to Red Boon for the sponsorship, by the way. In a rare moment of calm, I was resting in the shade of a magnificent tree when I spied a beehive. It was hanging from a branch not 3 meters from the ground, Winnie the Pooh type dilemma coming up. Memories of simple pleasures and the taste of honey consumed me, but then I remembered a beehive is also a bee home. I'll enjoy some honey, man. Now this has the buzz of a good story. The sting of curiosity is really getting to me. I'll grab the hive and no, I have to crush the hive with my foot, man. Because if I grab it and run away, the bees are gonna chase me. That's what does heart and down arrow mean? Is that bad? The hive crunched under my foot. I saw the desperately yearned after honeycomb, but there were many more bees around me. I'm gonna nab the honeycomb and run, man. Snowboarding for the first time today. I'm going to Grouse. Any tips? Enjoy the gondola. Great view of downtown Vancouver. Keep weight on your back foot. Don't be afraid to fall. Oh, wait. Yeah, right. Are you snowboarding for the first time? I don't have any advice for that. Have I ever told you my snowboarding history? I used to ski once a year because my wife loved to go snowboarding. And I didn't know how to snowboard, so I would ski. But then the boots crushed my feet every single time. So I said, let's switch to snowboarding because the boots are a little comfier. We have a friend who is like an ex-snowboard instructor. So I went snowboarding like 2-3 times and he was coaching me and I felt like I was picking up like slowly because I'm older, but I was starting to pick up like how to do it. That unfortunately was like January of 2020. So like 2 months after that, the world shut down for somewhere between like 3 and 24 months. And like 8 months after that, we had our daughter. So like I didn't have too much time for like snowboarding. So I lost all of my limited snowboarding acumen. Not that I was really crushing it in the first place. A group of dwarves, they noticed me and headed towards me. They might not be trying to kill me just because their eyes are like glowing red, man. I think this is like the start of battle seems a little rude out of nowhere. Maybe just hide instead. Oh no, you lost 85 gold! Go back and search for the gold. Yes! I went back to find my lost gold. Oh, it's a roller coaster, man. Continue on your way. All right, next time I'm gonna fight them. Sorry, brother. My boy's wicked strong. Love to see Ben Affleck in the Viking age, man. Wouldn't you? Probably not. I mean, he did a good job in Ridley Scott's The Last Duel. One of my favorite movies from 2021, I'm going to say. Didn't he play John Gladiator? You have Young Pup got Russell Crowe and Ben Affleck confused. That might be the first time that's ever happened. No disrespect. What about the guy who confused Matt Damon for Mark Wahlberg? Did they cast Mark Wahlberg as Odysseus because they both... Sorry, but let me see this one. There's a lot of problems with this. Since they both blinded an innocent man in a fit of rage. Okay, I have to tell you something. You probably owe Matt Damon like a huge apology. Because that is not... Matt Damon and Mark Wahlberg are two different guys. Now, I know you could easily get it confused because Matt Damon is from Boston. That being said, as far as we know... Matt Damon's like pretty chill, man. That one, I really feel like if you're Matt Damon, you got to get the PR out in force to be like, I'm not that guy. Woody Harrelson and Owen Wilson? You know what? I'm really good at guessing, I guess, / knowing celebrity ages. I feel like Woody Harrelson is an exception. Because he's older, but he still looks like... basically how he did when he was in Kingpin, which was in like 1996. That was 30 years ago. So if I had to, he was famous as a younger fella on Cheers in the mid 80s. So I'm going to say he was born in 1961 and that Woody Harrelson this year is turning 64. Can I get a fact check on this? He's 63! I could do this all day, man. I could do this all day. Jesse Eisenberg? Okay, 1 second. Roger Dodger came out in like 2002. He would have been like 16. I don't think he's an 86 baby, though. I think he's an 84 baby, which would make him 41 this year. He turns 42 in October. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm done. I know you quit while you're ahead. Hey, Anel, have you been paying attention to the fisherman drama developing right now? I haven't. Artistic Angler, what a name. Can you keep me posted on the fisherman drama? I do also want to say, thank you again to Red Boon for sponsoring the stream here. We're playing Knock at the Coffin Lid in celebration of the Nightmares of Millennials, the DLC that came out today. This is a critically acclaimed roguelike deck builder in the same vein as something like Slay the Spire, Monster Train, etc., etc. Story-driven, but also heavy replayability and roguelike elements, the kinds we've come to know and love. Exclamation point DLC, and check it out for yourself. I managed to slice through the... Well, that's a good one, Librarian. That's a good one. The nightmare of millennials. Just look at the economy these days. That's true. Well, I don't know. It's nuanced. It's funny, though. It's funny. Did you hear about the guy who went to North Sentinel Island and left him some coconuts and a Diet Coke? I think that's a... That's chill. I think that's a bad man. Because I don't think it's really fair to give one Diet Coke, but no way for them to possibly recreate the recipe. Like, I don't think it's very realistic that after having a sip of Diet Coke, the people of North Sentinel Island could possibly recreate the recipe. I don't even know what Diet Coke is made of, and I've probably had, like, you know, 1,500 in my life. Well, don't get me wrong, I respect that he gave them Diet Coke instead of Coke Zero, because that was, like, it gave them room to grow. Like, if he gave them a Coke Zero, and then they got, like, if that convinced them to go to the mainland, or, like, not on the island, because I don't even know what the mainland of North Sentinel Island is. Maybe it's India. I was going to say maybe the Maldives, but I think the Maldives, that's also an island, so it's not really the mainland. But either way, they would be like, wow, silver can Coke Zero, I got to give it a try. And then they would be like, what? This tastes like 2% worse than the black can. So I appreciate that he gave them like just the mid-diet cola beverage, but still, Diet and Zero are the same thing. You got to be careful talking like that, because I actually agree with you, but every time I say it, I get in trouble. People go, I could 100% tell. If you blindfolded me and gave me 1,000 tests that are Coke Zero or Diet Coke, I'd get it right 100% of the time. I'm telling you, I don't think I could get it right more than 50% of the time. At least I don't think I could escape the margin of error. Golden Buffalo is a legendary embodiment of the steppe spirits. It's the main deity of the greedy goblins and the most coveted trophy for orc hunters. It's the highest fortune, which can easily turn into misfortune if you make the wrong decision. You know what, buddy? Take all my gold. You get 5 balm and 5 armor permanently? I mean, 5 balm is kind of crazy, man. That's 5 heal per turn. And now I don't have to go to the shop. Minecraft Steve be like, I'm so excited for the movie, man. You wouldn't get it. I even told my daughter, because the trailer, I'm not saying the movie looks scary for like an adult, okay? But for a kid who's scared of like watching the Trolls movies because there's bad guys in it, I think that she might be a little scared in the movie. So I said, hey, honey, when we go see the movie, if you ever get scared, you can just close your eyes, or we can even leave the theater for a few minutes and like we'll just go back in. And then she looked at me like I was stupid. She was like, Daddy, it's not scary. Minecraft is funny. And I went, okay, I guess we'll see. But like, she said she's ready to tank it, man. I was proud. Hey, NL, I didn't enjoy watching Forrest Gump. Based Faint Bunny pandering? No, I think they're being honest. Also, welcome back. It's been a bit. They said it 4 times. First time dealing with Faint Bunny, that's what they do, man. I also got a soft spot for it because I can make my daughter laugh at any time by just saying, I am Steve. Like, it works so easily. And it works every time. Or saying, as a child, I yearned for the mines. Like, it's got a 100% hit rate right now. I hit my niece with chicken jockey and it lands every time. I guess I'm not a real one because I don't even know what chicken jockey means. I haven't seen the most recent trailer. My daughter isn't due till June and she's got better taste in media than a lot of you. Get ready, brother. Get ready to learn it. Hold on to that comforting thought while you can, because it's not going to last forever. Just you wait. And you won't even realize it for like the first year, because the first year they don't really make like any decisions at all. Once you get to the second year, get ready to learn it. Get ready to learn Gabby's Playhouse. Absolutely. Get ready to learn about Keiki and all the other cats on Gabby's Playhouse. 5 energy, 15 damage. I'm gonna stack Barb to an extreme that's never before been seen. Yeah, you're going down. Every time you hit me, you're gonna take 9 damage. I could do this all day. They're gonna inflict weakness. It doesn't matter to me in the slightest. Enjoy having no strength. I have more agility than you. I'm playing toughen up and you're not. I'm stunning you. And I'm moving to my next turn. What are you doing on this? You're still inflicting weakness? Waste of your time. Play double blow, because it's one of our best attacks. Then, sacrificial burn. Bring back drain strength. Play drain strength. I'm stealing 5 more of your strength. You got nothing going on. They didn't know that I'd beaten Ascension 20 and Slay the Spire, man. They didn't know. They're inflicting weakness again? What's the point, man? You're not doing anything. I'll gain 2 armor, and then I'll hit you 2 times. See if I care. What about the heart? That's not real. That's DLC. I don't know if the fight's supposed to go on this long, but I do know that there's nothing they can do to stop me. Partmaster 18. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that one. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You didn't do any damage to me. Over the course of the entire fight, you didn't do any damage to me. I was going to face the current champion in the final. Hit me hard, I won't feel it anyway. I honestly thought he had 144,144 HP. Shield Master. Okay, I'll gain some armor. Gains block and accumulation. That seems not awesome. Hey, Anel, how are you? Love the stream. Thank you, Faint Bunny. Good to have you back. To win this, I think we're going to play Adrenaline Rush, drain your strength, raise our Barb as high as it'll go, and then, I mean, we're going to go block for block with you, I suppose. Now, at some point, we're going to do some damage here, man. It's guaranteed to happen. He's hitting us for 8. That's nothing. This is a fabulous time to inflict some bleed and to raise our Barb so that every time he hits me, he suffers the consequences. And what are you doing this time? Increasing block and accumulation, I'm assuming. Gain even more Barb. Get smacked and get smacked. Wait, whoa. You changed what you were doing because I took all your block. He's done, man! He's done! 8 damage and exposed. That would be bad. But we'll gain. And we'll double blow. And wait, you're dead. He didn't do anything the whole fight, man. I run this town. Witch's Eye. Return a burned card of your choice to your hand. I love it. We're all about the calculus on this. Provoker's Mask, gain 2 strength, enemies gain 1 strength. We take but don't equip. Two-handed shield. Gain 12 armor, block is not lost at the start of the turn. Battering Ram, deal damage equal to block, lose all block. Yes, we take, obviously. What, the rewards are stacking like crazy, dude. Oh! Oh wait, this means we can't use our weapon, but still. Deal damage equal to block and lose all block. Hang on. Ultimatum first. 18 damage. We have 18. We go freaking crazy. Because we already have 24 armor, so I'll hit you for 89. Lose all block. Who even cares, man? Because we got 29 armor and it doesn't go away. Does it burn though? It doesn't burn! It's the most overpowered card in any game's history. I think you're in for a world of hurt. Enjoy being dead, I'm assuming. Defeat the armadillo. Kill the armadillo when he's not in a defensive stance. Are these achievements that anybody else has ever gotten? Did it take a fresh pair of eyes like me to come out here and blow the meta wide open? Damn the Crimson Steps. What are you talking about, man? We run this town. I don't think we took a single pip of damage across the entire biome. We didn't, like, we were foolish to leave. And the ticket taker at the movie says, enjoy your movie, and you say you too, and all you can do is clamp your two-handed shield together to avoid the embarrassment. That is true. That is true. It's Frick doing anything Friday? I can understand that. It is. What about Saturday and Sunday? Low key, for me, two busiest days of the week, man. Like those, that's nonstop. My daughter's got activities that start at 9 a.m. on Saturday. Usually 9 a.m. on Sunday too, but I think we skip that because we have a birthday party on Sunday. Those of you who have a kid who's in school, you didn't warn me that the birthday party gauntlet is crazy. Your daughter's in a class with 24 other kids. If the birthdays were equally spaced, which to be fair, they're not. Most of them are in like the first part of the year because we started her a little early. But anyway, long story short, I would say 3 weekends a month, we have a birthday party that I wouldn't say have to attend because I actually enjoy attending them and like talking to other parents and stuff like that. But like, because she's in kindergarten, all the kids from the entire class get invited to every single one. Once you get a little older, I'm sure it's like, you know, you can invite like 12 friends, or you can invite like 6 friends, or you can invite like 10 friends or something like that. For now, every single birthday is like 25 kids, 50 parents. It's we're throwing some ragers, man. We're throwing some ragers at the Jolly Bubble in Richmond, Ontario. I'm sorry, Richmond, British Columbia. Any parents recognize you? Yeah, because I'm going to all the birthday parties. They're like, there's that guy from the last birthday party. How many pounds of munchies have you eaten? I consider myself, sorry to get sidetracked on the sponsored stream, by the way, but I consider myself a great attendee of the birthday party. And I know that you're going to say this is the opposite of the truth, but if anybody's ever hosted a kid's birthday party like this, you would agree with me. I am the only adult at the parties who's not afraid to eat my fair share. I always see, because we've hosted a couple ourselves, and I've been to, I don't even know, like a dozen or two at this point. They always get way too much food because they need like, okay, we need pizza for the kids because pizza's like good for kids. But some of the adults will eat the pizza, but some of the adults are going to be too health conscious. So we got to have something else. Maybe we got to have like some sushi or something like that, or some fruit. And then sometimes they'll be like, that's not enough. We need chips, goldfish crackers. Sometimes there's like a charcuterie type setup that goes up. They always have juice boxes. They always have sparkling water. They usually have soda. They usually have like bottled water. So I'm not the type of beast to be demure in that situation and say, oh, I'm just going to have like 2 pieces of sushi and a single serving bag of goldfish. Like I try to go a little bit, I try to get my fill. Let's put it that way. Because I have hosted these and had too much food and then been like, I know you're going to say you get to eat all the food. But yeah, I don't really want to eat like all the party favors that we bought for having 35-year-olds over. Like I'm 36 years old. So you eat up so that the parents who are hosting the party don't have to bring as many leftovers home. Because a lot of that food is going to go in the trash. Do you or the other parents dominate the small talk? I'd say it's like a 50-50 split. The other parents have gotten, and this is good for me, I want to be clear, the other parents have gotten wise to the fact that my job sounds interesting, but after like 8 birthday parties, I have nothing else to talk about. Like, people are like, how's work? And I'm like, it's the same as it ever is. And they're like, what are you playing? And I'm like, I don't say it in a rude way, but I'm like, you wouldn't have heard of it. Like it's hard. There's a lot of gamers that have kids in my daughter's school, but like they're playing different stuff, which is fair. I'm not pulling like a hipster card. It's just like, yeah, have you ever heard of this guy Corey? Don't worry about it. But then what happens is that the balance has shifted. So they asked me every question that they could possibly ask me about my job. And now I get to ask them about their jobs, which is very interesting for me because I run in circles where everybody streams. So hearing about people that work like relatively normal jobs is sick, because they're probably thinking they're also running in normie circles where they think that their job is boring. But to me, it's very interesting because it's all novel to me. So I'm asking them lots of questions. Like, especially given, I don't know, maybe it's like too real, but given the economic news this week, I'm like, I gotta catch up with the other parents, man. I gotta be like, how is your industry affected by all the BS that's happening like in the news right now? And I'm hoping that they're gonna be like, we're relatively insulated. I'm hoping they're not gonna like be like under the gun or something. Awful, thanks for asking. Well, like, you know, I would love to commiserate, let's put it that way. Yeah, like I'd love to let them vent and hear what it's like, you know, for someone that's really got they got skin in the game, let's put it that way. Everyone thought kids were dumb for wanting to be streamers, but it's about to be the most secure option. Kate and I talk about this all the time. There's like a great injustice in the world. 2015, I was like, this streaming thing is a bubble, man. I got to learn how to code. And since then, I'm not bragging or flexing at all. It's an injustice. It's dodged like every single headwind that's existed in the modern economy. It boomed a little bit like during COVID. It's, as far as I know, it's unaffected by tariffs. Like I don't feel, I mean, I'm happy about it because I'm in it, but it's like, I feel bad for other people for sure. Now, your entire identity is tied to like 2 or 3 different large tech companies that could unperson you in a heartbeat if you said something that you shouldn't have said. But like, apart from that, it's been surprisingly resilient. Let's put it that way. Did you use your AMC A-list credit for Minecraft? Jay, I got to tell you, and this is sincere, even in light of the current situation between our two countries, Canada doesn't get cool stuff like that. USA gets AMC A-list and Movie Pass and stuff like that, even if only briefly. Canada gets like emails from Cineplex that are like, do you want to go see Snow White? Tickets are full price. Like I get 2 emails from Cineplex, which is like our biggest movie chain, every week. And the emails don't even have like coupons or sales or anything. They just say like, interested in watching a movie tonight? We're open. And I'm like, yeah, I know. You're open all the time. AMC A-list, you can skip the snack line? Like you, like a QR code ordering? Like you can be like, have my popcorn ready when I pull up? TSA PreCheck for movies. What will they think of next, man? Dev, how do I memorize Maxwell's equations? Andre Ampere's magical, mystical, wonderful law. For Maxwell's equations, it is the longest and strangest of all. It started with mu naught epsilon divided by the sum of pi sub e. Something like that. I remember the song from 12th grade physics. You don't know that one? There's a folk band in Canada. That, maybe they're not Canadian. Maybe I just found it online. They did a song for every single one of Maxwell's equations. That was pretty good. You were kind of close. My project was on Ampere's law, man. But I gotta be honest, when I taught, because we had to give a presentation on Ampere's law, I got a decent mark on the presentation. I could not tell you. Even that day, I couldn't have told you what it means. It's something to do with electromagnetism. But like, I even like reading the Wikipedia. You know, when you think like, when you go to there's a meme here. Wikipedia for history class is like the Cheem's Shiba Inu, but muscular. It'll teach you everything you want to know about what happened in like a battle, or in the realm of Ptolemy the 12th or something like that. But then Wikipedia for like science is scared Shiba Inu, where when you open it up, it's just like PNGs of formulas and stuff like that, and you're like, I'm in the 12th grade, man. I don't know what any of this shit means. What the hell is like sigma tau? What is sigma tau? I have a physics degree. Some of the Wikipedia pages for physics stuff is still beyond me. They need to get, like, haven't they ever heard of Explain It Like I'm 5? Can someone explain Ampere's law like I'm 5? I guess, like, a 5-year-old doesn't know much about, like, the concept of electromagnetism. I mean, I'm an adult. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what electromagnetism exists. Is it something with an electric charge has a degree of magnetism? Who cares? Well, like, some people care. That stuff's none of my business. I unironically kind of feel like that. You ever feel like learning about science is bad because you're kind of like checking on God's homework? Which feels sacrilegious or whatever. I don't know. I didn't really think about it before I said it. Like, I'm not supposed to know about that stuff, man. It just works. Is it okay that the magnetic pole of the Earth is reversing? I saw that online, so don't take that as like gospel. It's wobbling a little. It does that sometimes. All right. No sweat then, is what you're saying. It's when it flips that we have an issue. I don't know. I'm going back to the anxiety matrix. Don't worry. Doesn't happen. No suffering. Happens. Suffered once. I'm in my don't worry era. You ever think about how crazy it is that, like, if the apocalypse happened, after like 5 years, if you lived, you would probably have the same day-to-day happiness that you have right now? Don't quote me on that one. But I'm just thinking... What do you mean by that? I think, like, human beings are really good at, like, normalizing to the situation in which you're presently in. Humans, this is maybe it's a neurotypical take, but I feel like we're wired to, like, never be that happy. Like, even the happiest people in the world are probably like, I could be happier. But I also think we're wired to, like, just like they said in Marquee Moon, look here, Junior, don't you be so happy, but for heaven's sakes, don't you be so sad. I'm the best, man. I did it. Battering ram? Oh my god, it worked. 2 achievements. Defeat the source of fears embodied in Sigmundsson's gaze.
Later on. I just waited for you.
Sigmundus to you, brother.
Can't say that I knew you'd show up. Rather, I had no idea what to do next. I guess I didn't even care.
We sat on the Elden throne.
So this is the end of the story. Or maybe not.
I ain't getting no sleep because of y'all, so y'all ain't getting no sleep because of me.
Think whether it was possible.
Remember that? Who's that on, like,
But I did it. Sigismund is dead.
Trading Spouses?
I killed him like you wanted. What's next?
It was on Vine? Yeah, but it was originally on a TV show.
And I made that reality.
Bad Girls Club. I don't know Bad Girls Club, to be honest.
By taking his piece off the board, you dispelled the darkness. Now I can see everything clearly, like on a bright day. Look.
The elves will hold back the onslaught against the frontier, and it'll be easier for us to urge the parties to negotiate. The Northern Gate will once again become the guarantor of peace amongst peoples. Good ending? It was wrong of you to weaken the goblins. Now they'll have to hide deep in their tunnels to avoid being completely wiped out. What are you talking about, weaken the goblins, man? I killed like 25 sandworms. When you killed Sigismund, you saved the Fire Brotherhood, and they won't forget it. You will unite the people disgruntled with the rule of the Aquilines with the Fire Army, but together you'll put an end to the demon domination. It sounds like I'm the best to ever do it.
Now you're the hero of the Fire Brothers and the new Lord of the Northern Gate. It's a good start, One timely little death can mean so much for the fate.
The Aquilines, no! They were spending to the cap!
The conversation will be interrupted soon. Oh, I'd be lying if I said it was a surprise.
Yes, you pulled it off very well, Mortis. My congratulations to you. I have
Lydia.
no idea how you did it, but don't get your hopes up. You killed Sigismund, but he was just my pawn. Now I'm going to kill yours.
The Lidler. The path which Mortis is taking you on will lead to the fulfillment of his plans, and you will remain a pawn in this game. Start battle? And we've got Sigmundus, man. Self-confidence, mark of absolute superiority. It's Millennials, man! This is the DLC! Exclamation point DLC. Kills the target. Mods? That's rude, dude. That's rude. This is like arguing with someone on Reddit. Like every time I try to hit them with something, they just know the appropriate fallacy, man. Maybe we had to get like a special piece of loot from an event or something. By the way, thanks for nothing, Mortis. Appreciate that. An empty throne could become a problem for me. The alliance with the meat-take cult won't happen. The fragile truce with the orcs will crumble, so it won't matter at all who wins the battle for the frontier. You've actually accomplished something, Mortis, but your plans are destined to come to fruition. You wouldn't want to agree to a draw, would you? 1 hour, 52 minutes? Score? Probably the highest score ever recorded in Knock on the Cabin Lid in history. Don't look at me like that. I'm shocked myself. So how do I defeat her? You can't defend yourself. You'll have to defeat death itself. How do I do that? I don't know. Try exploring? All right, okay. Somewhere along the way, you'll find your path. All right, for now, that is Knock at the Cabin Lid, which is not what the game's called. Knock at the Coffin Lid. It came out a couple of years ago. It's a deck-building roguelike. Thank you to Red Boon for the sponsorship today. That was in service of playing the DLC that came out just today, The Nightmares of Millennials. That is the ceramic lady who destroyed us at the very end, but it wasn't a fair fight, so don't insult me. It came out today. It's 10% off, exclamation point DLC. Thanks again for the sponsorship, and I had a great time. Stop calling me 40 like it's an insult. First off, I'm 36. Secondly, like half of the people in North America are 40. It's not an insult, bro. It's just life. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm eating a single-serving Kirkland Signature sharp cheddar cheese and dried fruit and nut snack pack. Those are pretty good. My wife bought it for me. It's gonna make some noise though. I apologize. Let me see. Where's it from? I don't want to talk about it. I looked at the country of origin. I don't want to talk about it. What the fuck? We don't make our own dried cranberries up here? I got like 37 more of these. Calories go kind of crazy when energy's the vibe though. If you're looking for energy, food has you covered. Not a big food guy personally. You think the CIA assassinated the dude who was trying to invent like a single pill that's 2,000 calories? I was gonna say good, but that would have been a joke. I don't think anybody should ever die. Well, like really bad people. Wait, hang on. I gotta think about this. It's the paradox of tolerance. What is stopping from Coca-Cola from making a 2,000 calorie drink that's 350 milliliters? And it's just like, it has all of your nutrients for one day in it. Coke 2000, man. It would be disgusting. Like, why are we still drinking 5 Soylents a day? Can't they just make Soylent cubed or something and you only got to drink one? You can't compact calories that tight? What are you talking about? Like a gram of plutonium has like a gigajoule of energy in it. Eat that? Well, I'd rather not die. Like edible plutonium. We need more bars? No, oh, you mean like, I thought you were talking about like more protein bars. I feel like we're at peak bar. There's so many meal replacement, protein, granola, breakfast, fiber bar analogs out there.
Challenges.
I eat them. It does feel kind of bad to eat them like in your house. Outside of your house, you feel like, you know, this is nice. It's like I'm hiking or something. I got a dense snack with like a lot of energy in it that can keep me going. Inside of the house, you're like, woke up later than expected. Like, I'm in a rush for the 300th day in a row. Guess I can't have a real breakfast. I'll just have this bar. I gotta restart, sorry. For all the love that I have for artificial sweeteners, the one artificial sweetener mechanism, delivery mechanism that I can't stand is the sugar alcohol keto-friendly protein bar. And I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum, but like the Quest bars, eating a Quest bar right now is nasty. I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum because we were talking about it in the Peloton Discord and there were people in there that were a fan of them. I'm not trying to ruin your life, okay? But like, my mom always tries to get me to try them when they're staying with us. She's always like, oh, you should try it. It tastes just like a maple glazed donut. And it's after eating one bite of about 20 different flavors, it's a take you can only have if the last time you ate a donut was like 2001. I'm not saying donuts have gone better. I'm just saying you're trading on a memory that is no longer as valid as it was like when you committed it to memory. Pants is probably the best common. Also, I had to think about it, but the most useful common item of clothing. Even if he's not in shape, a man can still have aura shirtless. Sometimes you have more aura if you're not in shape when you're shirtless, like Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. But shirt, underwear, no pants is like, I don't think there's a level of like hotness where you can maintain aura with that fit. That fit to me is like dad coming downstairs from the bedroom to yell at you to keep it down because you can't sleep. Because you're on Xbox Live playing Halo 2, talking to your friends too loudly. Too real? It's my lived experience. Oh, what a hit, man! If it's no aura, why'd you quiet down? I need that dude to pay for my undergrad, man. And he's like family, so we try to keep things copacetic, but like at that period of my life, I desperately needed his help. Top half of a dude mogs the bottom half of a dude. I don't know. I think it's just like, if we're talking about permutations of naked or half naked man, highest aura for man, in my opinion. It depends on the fella, I'm sure, and I'm not necessarily the number one source. Highest aura for man, clothed nicely. Second highest aura, no shirt. Third highest aura, no shirt, no pants. Lowest aura, shirt, no pants. Fully clothed, shirtless, fully nude, pantsless. That's, out of ranking those four, that's my personal ranking. Winnie the Pooh sends his regards. What's Winnie the Pooh is? Winnie the Pooh is shirt, no pants. You're right. I never really thought about it because he's like a cartoon character or whatever. But oh, I don't want to offend anybody. There's definitely like not all underwear is created equal, and this is just one man's opinion when it comes to male aura. Like no, oh no, 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 no. Shirt, no pants, briefs, to me is the most auraless. Boxer briefs have the most aura, and boxers are somewhere in the middle. But again, just one man's opinion. I don't know, this might vary culture to culture. Maybe like if you live in Montenegro or whatever, you're like, that's my daily fit. I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum. Going Commandos Sigma? I don't think that's an option for guys like me, man. I think that the chafing risk is too high. I find it downright unpleasant, to be honest. I love when you're passionate about the gameplay. Thank you. It's one of my, people say it's one of my greatest attributes. I'm very passionate about video games. What did you study? I don't want to talk about it. Enzymes and shit, fucking... a lot of irrelevant stuff. Stuff that like most people have already they figured it out. They don't really need me for it. Proteins and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Endoplasmic reticulum type shit. Not sure the likes of you could possibly understand it. Probably the number one Golgi body understander in the chat. You might say, okay, what does a Golgi body do? It provides a fucking substrate for ribosomes to inhabit, bitch. Or some shit like that. Right? Something in that vein. 50% chance to force trigger the Rock. If I wanted to trigger the Rock, I would simply ask him when he plans on being in a good movie again. They should make him do Leto II. That's the one who, like, we would still love him if he was a worm, right? Accuse him of being on steroids. I still, like, I have, like, a good life. I'm gonna start by saying that. I'm very cynical about, like, the era we live in. And, like, it's not fair. But, like, I'm trying to come up with a way to encapsulate why. The Rock being on steroids, which are drugs, but then saying he doesn't want to go on hot ones because chicken wings are bad for him, it's just such like an eye roll moment that I also have that energy for like 8% of middle-aged men that I meet. So not a huge proportion, but like, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's performative. Like, I meet a lot of guys who look like me who are like, I never eat any sugar ever. And it wasn't like because a doctor told me that. It was just because like I read it or I heard it like on a podcast that, and I just want to grab them by the shoulders and say, you're still going to die. And this isn't going to change. I don't even think it's going to change it like half an hour. Maybe. Listen, I'm not a doctor. It's like, it was baked in. There's like two important events in your life. Being born and figuring out what your genetic code is. And then number two is, did you snort a line of asbestos at a house party sometime between age 14 and age 22? Okay? That's, if you've got both of those handled and you especially the second one, if you didn't do that, I'm just saying, I think there should be like a spectrum of like acceptable behavior instead of trying to like fully optimize everything else. Death is priced in. The ultimate boglehead. Perfect solution fallacy? No, I think they're having the perfect solution fallacy. Oh, no, wait. Maybe I'm having the perfect solution fallacy. Either way, I ain't fucking with it. No, I wouldn't say that like they're not having fun in their life. So I'm gonna get myself in trouble. To an extent, I kind of see it, and don't hate me just because of my word choice right off the bat. I kind of see it as like health and wellness, like virtue signaling. I see it as like it's not that there's actually, they're asserting that they're healthier because the protocol by which they live their life is more restrictive. Whereas if it's even possible to quantify someone's health, which is derived from like a number of factors, you know, exercise, quality of life, longevity, resilience to disease, etc., etc. But like, you have to actually prove that in a court of law, you know? You can't just be like, I'm mouth taped, so I'm healthy. There's a level of artifice to it that I find offensive as a human being. I'm coming for you, Nubby. I do see it all as adjacent to the guy's morning routine where he dunks his head in the ice and says we got to get it to at least 10,000. You know, I'm like probably the 1 millionth person to reference this, which maybe means you get like a prize, like when you go to those what was that? But I think reading that essay, that was, what is it, like everybody's beautiful but nobody's horny. Reading that essay, I think fundamentally, like they reached like two fingers inside of my brain and like attached like a blue wire to a red wire and a red wire to a blue wire. Like it rewired the way that I thought about health, wellness, and like to some extent like existence, especially as you get older. Because the gist of it is that Hollywood heartthrobs, they used to have like a pot belly, man. You ever see the picture of Hugh Jackman from X-Men 1? And he's just like a guy who's in good shape versus Hugh Jackman in Deadpool versus Wolverine, where he's like 57 years old, but he has like a 10-pack. Bruce Willis in Die Hard, just a guy. Yeah, I know, and he was an action star, man. He was an action hero. And he's just like a bald guy. My hairline doesn't have anything to do with this, but I'm just saying we need to go back to like Joe Pesci's sex symbol. Craig T. Nelson, fucking shirtless dancing, little bit of paunch, but he's like a great patriarch for the family type shit. Pierce Brosnan had the ladies going crazy. And some of the guys, why do you think I'm gonna watch The Lawnmower Man on my bike ride tomorrow? Anyway, long story short, that's my thoughts on nothing at all. Fuck you. Pierce is in black bag. Jay, is it suitable for a 4.5-year-old? Maybe I could convince my daughter to see it after we watch the Minecraft movie. Like, I'll just say it. I think we need... I don't even mean this as a rude thing. Like, a lot... I'm speaking specifically about the men right now, because I'm 10% gay. But the men in Hollywood are so hot that it would be a public good if they got 25% uglier, because they would still be 9s and 10s. They're so far into the margin, like into the buffer zone beyond the upper bound, that it's become a public ill. We need uglier actors, man. Or better movies, but apparently that's, well, I don't want to say it's impossible, maybe that's overly cynical, but cut their wages? Why you pocket watching Ryan Gosling, man? We need more Steve Buscemi's, man. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree. The fact that they're so like perfect makes them uglier, which is not a nice thing to say. But I was thinking about that when people were naming who they thought the hottest comedians were, and I was like, some of them are like, it's not them anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to give them body dysmorphia, but I'm like, you know, like you didn't look like that like 2 or 3 years ago, and now you, like, I don't know. It has a level of artifice that makes my lizard brain go like, right, where's Maggie Gyllenhaal, man? I haven't seen Maggie Gyllenhaal in anything in a minute. Where's my Maggie Gyllenhaal's at, man? She blew up in Batman and she hasn't been in shit since. This temper can't be healthy. Miss Andrews' take. Men can be angry without it reflecting poorly on their personal lives. No one was making it a gender issue. I'm making it a gender issue because you insulted me and I'm a guy. It is, you should trademark that comment because you're absolutely right. It's crazy that in 2008, AVGN was the angriest gamer we've ever heard. Gamers have gotten way angrier since then, man. Like, you want to talk about graphs that go up and to the right? Strength of weed and angriness of the angriest gamer I've ever heard have gone like, probably like 50x is what I've heard. AVGM was smoking mids? Buddy, in 2008, everybody was smoking mids. Fuck. Even the Purple Haze was mid back then. Even the OG Mozart ass. We just didn't know. Mostly I didn't know because I never bought it. A friend would just show up at my house with a Ziploc bag full of some plant material and we would just smoke it. And then, like, I guess I wasn't that picky. I didn't know anything about it, really. I didn't know that it was farmed to joint or weed or something. I didn't know the chain of custody that led to the weed being in possession of my friend. Usually, before it was legalized in Canada, if you were like in high school or just out of high school, it was usually one of your friends' dads was divorced, and that was the plug. Which was always like a little weird. Like, you would go with your friend over to his house, and then it would be like 1 p.m. and his dad would be playing PS3 with no shirt on, and you're like, I got a dad too, but he doesn't really, he's got like a different sort of vibe. And not to hate on that dad, everybody's trying to make it work, but I remember he wasn't a friend of mine, but he was a friend of a friend. We went to his dad's house because we had to pick something up before a road trip. Before we got there, he said, I bet you 100% odds the dude is sitting on his recliner playing the video game Black on PlayStation 2 or 3. And then, wouldn't you know it, we knocked on the door, he opens it up, no shirt on, Black is on the PlayStation right there. And he just looked at us like, you shouldn't have doubted him. Remember when that PMS medication named Yaz was killing people in Canada? I'm gonna be honest with you, I missed that news story. The only one that's in that vein that I'm familiar with is when they came out with baked Lays and the original formula was making people shit themselves due to the Olestra. I don't remember the Yaz though. That's awesome. I don't think it's awesome at all. It sounds really bad, especially the death part. But like the anal leakage is like, that's bad enough. It's still something you don't want to have happen. Remember the sun chips bags that caused hearing damage? Now that's fucking funny. That, I know that was only like a year, but that was like the year that I came back from Korea and lived with my parents, and my parents bought sun chips all the time. I legit lived the meme of like sneaking into the kitchen at like 1 in the morning, and then you grab the bag and it's like, if you weren't like alive or of like sun chips eating age or whatever back then, this is really bad. They were insanely loud. They were unbelievably loud. Why were they noisy? They wanted to have a biodegradable bag, and I guess like the best solution that they could find was it just happened to be loud. It was unbelievably loud. I wonder if is there like a second, Firefox 2012 sun chips bag. This is what YouTube's all about. If you ever watch something the YouTube algorithm recommends you, you gave your brain to Google. Big mistake. What you should only watch a YouTube video by searching for something in the Firefox URL bar, like 2012 sun chips bag loud video. Super noisy sun chips from NBC4 Columbus 14 years ago. How about this? 23 seconds. The new sun chips bag is very noisy. Here it comes. He's grabbing the chips. World's first compostable chip package. Here he goes. Can I tell you? Here is the action that he's taking. That's the action that he's doing. He's not going like, he's going like that.
That obnoxious little boy made me realize as a journalist, I need to dig deeper into the story.
Like, you can't even hear her talking when she's taking the chips out, man.
So we took a sound level meter to test how loud the bag really is. My voice, the bag of chips.
Okay, so for those of you who can't see, which is everybody, the bag of chips being crinkled is 104 decibels. I think it's like as loud as a rock concert.
You plan on eating sun chips out of the bag. Don't try having a conversation.
Frito-Lay, the maker of Sun Chips, says the new bag sounds a little different. That's because it's made of plant-based material, and they have different sound properties than the material used to create our old bags.
For those of you who can't see, he's pointing the sound meter at a bush and it's registering 0 decibels. Basically saying, Frito-Lay, I'm not buying your bullshit. Plants aren't loud. Come up with a better excuse.
They say because the new bags are made from plants, they should break down in about 14 weeks when placed in a hot, active compost pile.
Not worth it,
the
man.
New Sun Chip bag is all the
It's a YouTube search that says new sun chips bag in microwave.
Buzz on YouTube, and people like the new green movement, but
oh, go green, drive Prius, do compost. Okay, fine, I don't care about that. But sun chips, do you think you could have made the bag any louder?
Owned. I'm in a get over it mood for the sun chips. I just think like the bag was too loud. I'm not trying to relitigate this like ancient history, but like the bag was loud as fuck. It's good that it was like biodegradable or something. 14 weeks kind of seems like rookie numbers though. That's like a quarter, man. What challenge are you doing? I'll say what I've been on for like 12 days. If you lose a life, you can never get it back. You can put them in a bowl, but all you bowl users are going like, that solves the problem. It doesn't solve the problem. Because what about when you put as much as you can eat in the bowl, but then you finish what you put in the bowl, and you're like, I could really go for some more sun chips. Guess what, bitch? You're right back to the fucking bag. And your smug sense of self-righteousness now out the window because you got bested by your own appetite. And you're absolutely right, it's fucking gonna happen, because it always happens, man. If anything, we kind of want like extra triggers on the flamethrower now. 10 pegs popped summons a straw that pops a peg. I gotta give it a shot, I think. Just go ahead and sit there and spin. Huge. Huge miss. Oh my god, I lost by like 3 points. And I didn't get the doubling. I didn't get the doubling, and the skull didn't explode, and I lost by like 2 points. Appeal to probability? Appeal to probability still pisses me off, because I'm like, isn't that just math? If that's true, then like poker players are like the most fallacious out of any of us, man. Ketchup goes in the fridge, r/change my mind. I'm not gonna change your mind on that one. I think ketchup does go in the fridge, in my opinion. In our house, unopened ketchup stays in the pantry and opened ketchup goes to the fridge. But I don't think it's a rare take in the slightest. Maple syrup does not go in the fridge. In our house it does. Opened maple syrup goes in the fridge in our house. I also refrigerate hot sauce. Me too. I couldn't agree with you more on that one. Soy sauce in the fridge? I default to my wife's wisdom on all things soy sauce. She told me not to put it in the fridge. So we have like 7 different kinds of soy sauce, and they're all in the pantry. We don't have 7. We probably have 2 now that I think about it. But really? I'm just following orders, brother. What brands? I want to say that it's Sempio, S-E-M-P-I-O. You buy it at H-Mart. I didn't know until I moved in with my wife. Okay, well, this is a restart. There's multiple types of soy sauce, at least in Korean cuisine. And I'm not talking regular and tamari. I'm talking like there's a soy sauce for like dipping stuff in. There's a soy sauce for cooking stuff with. And then there's a soy sauce that's specifically for soups. I was just using like the Kikkoman for everything. How do you feel about the proliferation of chili crisp among Western white people? Here's the thing, I am a Western white person. There's long been conjecture out there that that could be the case. I'm here to confirm it. Here's my thoughts on it. I think it's tasty, so I'm for it. But, and Ricky, I don't know. I feel like I'm very tuned in to like the Korean diaspora way of living in North America, because my wife's Korean, her family's Korean. I've been immersed in it. I feel like you're more switched on to like the Chinese American sort of vibe. So tell me if you agree with this. When Korean food started to get like really more popular in North America, that was great. But one thing that made me laugh was that white guys love to like make their own kimchi. And I would always tell them, if you're concerned about authenticity, every Korean person I've ever met in my entire life just buys it in a big tub from H-Mart. They go to H-Mart, you get the like 2-liter rounded corner but square with the green twist-on lid. I don't know if it's the same, but I do notice that my friend Corey, who is white, makes his own chili crisp. Interesting. I don't know. Do Chinese people in North America just buy it at the store? Now you judge Corey. Guess what? His girlfriend? Chinese Canadian. So now you're probably all twisted up. You don't know how to feel about it anymore. Now, welcome to my friendship with Corey. It's just one more thing like this after another. I can't pin him down. I never know whether he's coming or going, man. Nah, he's chill. You guys are cool. We gotta get him. I didn't say I don't know if I'd go that far. Kimchi's kind of crazy, man. Kate made okonomiyaki for dinner last night. That's good stuff, man. I will say, this will surprise you if you've seen Undercover Brother. I did ask for mine with no mayonnaise, even though we had the Kewpie mayonnaise. It's just so I can tolerate mayonnaise if I have the option to not have it. I do tend to prefer not to have it. I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum. Me personally, I think it's partly because, like, the okonomiyaki mayonnaise, they usually put a lot on it. Like a little drizzle I could accept. I really like the okonomiyaki sauce, but I drink it straight from the squeezer. See, that makes me want to throw up. But I know that that's my fault. That's not your fault. Going to bed, y'all. So I know that she beat the rap, which is good. I was rooting for her. Kinda. I don't know. It's complicated. Is she back though? Like, have they lifted the gag order? Pun intended. Like, is she able to podcast again? I didn't say it. She said it. I didn't say she Hawk Tuah. She independently came up with Hawk Tuah. Don't put that shit on me. I didn't do shit about that. I'm just happy my goat's out of prison. She derived it from base principles. Exactly, man. I just remembered. Optimus by Tesla. Nah, maybe they should have thrown away the key, now that I think about it. Because, like, the Hawk Tuah stuff I can kind of get down with, but I just remembered the Optimus by Tesla tweet, or Zeet, or whatever it's called these days, and I'm like, man, maybe she should have paid the iron price. I can't read that comment out loud, but that's very funny. Oh, man. Duplicates the most recently obtained perk? But that's like not even... I feel like it's not even like that good. I'm gonna buy it anyway. Huge. Let me see it. Show it to me, Rachel. Oh, no, dude. It bounced right through the fucking hole. I'll get another one started. It's Friday. One more? Well, most of my nubby rounds end up being about 45 seconds long, so I don't think I'm gonna be too far over time. Rude. Maybe a little. Oh my god. I'm gonna crash out. Nubby's Number Factory is gonna be the game that does it, man. I'm a Beatles head, man. It's still crazy to me. Please tell me I got baited, okay? Because I read online, where people do not lie, that they're releasing 4 Beatles movies at the same time. Like, or within, like, months of each other in the theaters. Is that true? So they cast the 4 Beatles. I thought they were just gonna do, like, a Beatles biopic, which is, like, one thing. They're gonna do 4 individual biopics. Now, I don't mean to be rude, okay? Who the hell is going to see the Ringo biopic? John, I can see. Paul, I can see. I'm not insulting Ringo Starr. George, interesting life. I can see it, man. But who's going to see the Ringo one? This is the most active my chat has ever been, man. Paul or John first? Well, I feel like I'm a Paul head. But I feel like the John one has the potential to be better for cinema. Simply because of the noteworthy events surrounding his life and his death. I mean, I watched Get Back, or at least, I mean, it's like 100 hours long, so I watched like, I don't know, 2/3 of Get Back. Everybody in the comments was like, man, Paul was like kind of a dickhead, huh? Why is he so mean to everybody? I was like, did you see the state that the other 3 motherfuckers were in? All they do is go to the studio at like 1 p.m., noodle around on the guitar and smoke cigarettes for like 2 hours and then go, I can't take this anymore, and go home. Somebody had to be like going, hey, Ringo, are you coming today? George, are you coming today? We're supposed to be recording for this album. Hey, John, you think you could visit us today? Would you do us the service of showing up? And his eyes are red as fuck the whole time. Which is hilarious, because the dude was writing some amazing shit during that period. It was enjoyable for a while. There's lots of great moments, like lots of interesting moments if you're a Beatles head. George eventually just having enough with being ignored and saying like, hey guys, I'm never gonna come back. You probably won't miss me too much. And then they had to go to his house and like, They had to go to his house and like beg him to rejoin the band. And he was like, okay, but only if I can write like the best song, the most successful song of our entire band's career. And they're like, okay, fine. Do. It was a based move. He said, if Paul don't want me, nobody want me. Okay, you know what, Nubby? You know what? It's just too many Beatles movies, I think. Let me see what's going on in here. Discord notification. Germa's live. All right, let me see if my wife is ready to stream. You know what's crazy is that, like, if the sun exploded, we wouldn't even know for 8 minutes, right? So we might be living in, like, the last 8 minutes of human history. That's wild to think about. Every minute is a gift. That's why they call it the present. Remember that. Carry that energy into this weekend. Dude, I scored a cultural victory over my wife. I said, are you ready to stream? You know what her reply was? Yerp. I love that, dude. Yerp. We take those any day of the week. YURP. I'm going to reply, that's facts. You sick of me? I'm such a different kind of beast. It's beautiful. Is what they say. Anyway, I'll be back on Monday. Hope you enjoy your weekend. I don't really know what we got going on next week. Dan wants to get a lobby together to play Pick Me, and I would love to do that as well. I think Dan he'd have no problem putting his DNA all over Pick Me. Blueprint, you're so right. Blueprints comes out next Thursday. Blue what? Blueprints. Great early buzz too. I enjoyed the demo. I'm excited for the game. Fingerprints? No, I don't think I will. Dot the goat for real. You ever see Animaniacs? All right, I'm going to send you over to my wife's stream. Enjoy your weekend. Goodbye.
What is Ryan talking about? That's a fact? That's facts? What did Ryan say? I just said, he asked if I am ready to go live, and I say, you're. But then he said, yep, that's a fact. He said he succeeded in a culture victory over you. What does that even mean? Bro ate Japanese food last night. I don't know what he's talking about. Bro, and then the day before that, bro was eating kimchi like none other.
Yeah, I was thinking about gay Bob Dylan today. You know, I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must get. They'll bone you when you're trying to drive your car. They'll bone you when you're sitting at the bar. They'll bone you when you won't give up your seat. They'll bone you and then they'll shoot some skeet. But I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must get boned. That's true, gay Nick Drake. Saw it written and I saw it gay. Pink balls are on my face. All of you suck my balls. Pink dicks, gonna suck 'em all. It's a pink dick, pink tips. Pink, 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 pink. Pink tips. Take a look, you may see them on the ground. There's a pair of guys that I'm going down. Something like that. This would have saved him, probably. Just got circumcised in Mozambique and got a nipple piercing too. There's many kinds of fucking freaks that want to suck my teats in Mozambique, and maybe them and you would like to meet.